Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back.
What up, party people?
We here, man. Wow. You sound like an angry truck driver. Yo, it is it's a Saturday. It's a good day.
It's a good day in the neighborhood.
It's a great day in the neighborhood. Yo, let's not waste any time. Yo, Pop, what are we talking about today?
Yo, let's talk about things that you can do to have some fun. We need the sound effects. Let's go. Let's roll it. Intro.
There we go. Let's do it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
There we go. Yo, we talking about it.
Yo, talking about have some fun. Hey, speaking of having fun, I got a fun shirt on right here, but
Right?
it's trying to blur me out with the shirt. So,
StreamYard's hating on the shirt.
You know what I'm saying? It's from Hawaii.
Ooh, okay. From the airport of Hawaii, baby.
It's actually from Walmart, but hey, no, it's actually this came all across the waters. You know what I'm saying? So it could be on my back.
Nice.
So in the spirit of having fun, we wanted to, hey, lighten it up a little bit and talk to, conversation that you and I had again, through the years about, hey, man, you gotta have some fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my motto always has been, you know what I'm saying, work hard but play harder to fulfill the dream. You know what I'm saying? Work hard, play harder to fulfill the dream. So making sure that you take that opportunity to have fun along the way. You got to have a good time, man. You only got one. Well, not.
You sure do. You sure do. And it ain't no fun when you're not having fun, right? It ain't no fun when there's no fun.
And my boy said it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. You know what I'm saying?
Right? So in the spirit of talking about fun and trying new things, as you were growing up, let's talk about as you were growing up.
As I was growing up.
What were some things that young Malamal was doing to have fun?
Malamal. So yeah, what was interesting was because I grew up overseas, my boy Dwayne and my brother Norman Watson and Gerard Dwine, Damon Jones. Man, we were known as the brothers, man. We were the brothers, only black people that really, came together and was repping. But we would do a lot of different things, man. Like, it's funny because one of my team members, he was like, hey, man, he's like, I would ask you if you've done this before, but I know you probably have because I just done so many different things and tried them. So coming up, when I think about it, before we moved overseas, I'm actually with our second time going overseas. I remember I learned to roller skate in Atlanta, GA College Park, Georgia. The roller rink was like, about 2 miles from the Cribola, and went over there, man, and learned how to, taught myself how to roller skate. And
Oh, wow.
it was something where, people would come together and everybody would be there, man. This is Molly Mall. How was I? I was probably like, at that time, I was fourth grade, third grade. I'd be going to the roller rink, man, and man, just so many beautiful people, man. It was fun. And of course, the first few times, I busted my rear end, my arse, you know what I'm saying, trying to figure that out. But and the one thing, man, I used to get down with it too, bro. Like, be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? But I never had, could never get the backward skating going though. Never get the backward skating go. And here's the thing that's crazy though, too. And a lot of different things that I'm going to share. People would always be amazed, and I don't know why they were amazed, but I've always been a big dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Sexual chocolate, what they call it.
Ain't nobody call you that, man. Stop playing. This man he got his own podcast. All of a sudden, when I started giving himself a nickname.
They call it talent, right? But I was a big dude, man. But I could do so many different things, man, and be halfway decent at it. And don't get me wrong, I wasn't a pro at it all. But roller skating, I had I had a little bit of skills, man. Could get down on the skates and everything. And so that was one thing. One of the things that I remember doing. And so talk about having fun. That was really fun to me, man, because a lot of my friends from school and we would all meet there, be a Friday night. And this is, I mean, again, I'm young, man. This is third grade. My mom's, of course, was there, but it was fun. So it's always about just trying to get outside your comfort zone a little bit and do something a little different. So when you think about, when you first started coming up, what I'm saying, when you was a youngin',
Yeah.
what's something that you did that was fun?
Well, for starters, I think drawing for me was like where it all started for fun. You know what I'm saying? Just create. In drawing, I had like a little sketch pad that my mom, like, I think it was like a Christmas gift or a gift for some sort, and I got it. And I would remember we were going to like Texas or something, and I got a little sketch pad, and I was sketching things in it, and it was like something that I loved to do, and I would like draw myself. I think there's a picture right there. I drew myself in the University of Arizona basketball uniform, and like I was trying to visualize the dream, and made a little collage happening right there. You know what I'm saying? So it was drawing was everything. It was like a lot of fun for me. It was something that really helped me with my artistic abilities and my escape, for lack of better terms, and a break. But yeah, art was cool. I think art was also challenging for me. Remember Project Shine? Remember that at school?
Yeah.
On Fridays there was this art teacher. I don't know if I should say the name or not, but the one of the things that stopped me from doing art, like a lot of drawing and realism and all that kind of art, art teacher was really mean, really mean, like a stickler. And it kind of ruined that for me, man. And I remember I had to call you like on Friday. It was Fridays when it was her time slot. I'd be like, Dad, please pick me up before 4:30. Please pick me up before 4:30. I'm not trying to hear this woman, give my art, yeah, there you go. Yeah, critique my art, man. And that kind of ruined it for me. But maybe something that I'll pick up again in the near future. But that was the one thing that I did for fun.
Man, so I see how adults be killing dreams, man, and like, granted, maybe you weren't the best at it, but maybe, with a little bit of, more time and skill and coaching, maybe you could have came into something, but nah, that teacher killed that dream. She's like, smacked it down.
Sure did. But it's all good because through art, I learned how to do paper mache. I learned how to make paper mache and make paper from all that stuff. So it was a blessing in disguise.
That's cool. So the other thing that I'm thinking about, fun, so one of the things that we wanted to do this podcast was to remind people that sometimes you got to break out of your like I said, comfort zone and your shell or what you're normally used to doing, just to expose yourself to some different things, because that's how you become a little bit more well-rounded and then are able to move in different spaces. And so here's one thing that I did that I realized I was not good at, and a lot of people love it, which is football. So I, being the big guy that I am, big and beautiful, is I went out for the football team when I was in Atlanta, and I remember, man, I was like, all suited up. You know what I'm saying? Had the pads and helmet. And I don't remember how we got them because it was tryouts or whatever. I don't know if they had them like this on the side, but I remember, man, getting in there and they had like these two like big I forget what they call them, but like duffel bags that are and they make like a little gauntlet, if you will. So one on one side, one on the other. And then you have a guy that's on the other side on one side, and then I'm on the other side. And then you got to come run to the middle and like hit each other. right? And I'm like, okay, whoa, all right. And this dude was bigger than me. And I was like, what am I supposed to do here? And next thing you know, man, they go, coach blows a whistle. I'm like, oh, so I started running like, this cat laid me out. I was like, yo, I'm dying. I can't breathe. I was like, I don't know if this is for me. So then I was like, finally made it through that, like, you know, got up and like, whew, oh my God, oh, okay. I don't know if I like this sport. So then that's, you know, so I got to finish practice or trials or whatever. And then next thing you know, man, they're like, had us lining up offensive and defensive line. And, you know, we get down into our stances. I'm just following everybody next, you know, to my right, to my left. So I get down in the stance. And for some reason, I threw my hands up in front of me, and this dude's helmet and my helmet collided, or, you know, my finger got caught between our helmets, and my finger got jammed up, and I was like, I ran over to my mom, like, I want to play football. I want to play football. So, yeah, football's out the cards for me, because I just, you know, I just wasn't that angry at the world. They're kind of lay people out and all that stuff. I got more tough over the years. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, football was not my thing. But hey, I tried it.
You sure did do that. You did do that.
I tried, right? I tried that. So yeah, that was another thing that I tried as far as doing something different. And, you know, I look at it now, laughing about it, and it was, you know, wasn't that fun, but for
That's a story.
it is.
Yeah. I love watching them hit each other. That's what I like to do. I didn't want to play. I let my brain cells a little bit too much for all that, you know. And hey, shout out everybody that did play football. You know what I'm saying? You do a lot of good work. You know what I'm saying? But
got love for y'all, man.
somebody got to do it, and it's you. You keep doing it. Hey, because we're talking about football right now, I just want to give a quick shout out. I don't think he'll ever watch this, but because whatever. But Bijan Robinson, man, I don't know if that name rings a bell for you. Yeah, from South Point. We went to middle school together too. I don't know if you knew this, right? Did you know this?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I mean, Eric is recently, but of course, you know, a couple of years ago, you're like,
right.
It'll be real good.
Yeah, so he got drafted on Thursday to the Atlanta Falcons. So we just want to give a quick shout out to Bijan and to representing Tucson, Arizona, and repping his name and his family name. Man, I can't wait for everybody else to experience Bijan as a human being and who he is. Y'all gonna love him, even if he sucks on the field, which he's not going to. But even if he had a bad game, you're gonna love his mentality and just who he is. And just speaking of football, we just gotta give a quick shout out. You know,
we ain't scared to get love, man. We ain't haters. You know.
Hey, you know that. I think speaking about things that I tried that I wasn't good at, baseball. I wasn't.
Oh yeah, when we used to go out and play. Yeah.
Dad didn't think that I had it. You know, he was like, you know what? Yeah, basketball. You know, you can try that out. You know, and it's credit. You gotta give me some credit though, man. I was like 10. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I couldn't quite catch the ball and get the timing and all that. And I was like, you know what? Why don't you just give me that glove real quick? Let me go throw this back in the garage here. Look at this basketball. Hey, why don't we try this? It's bigger. You might be able to catch that.
But yeah, that was the one that I didn't. I wasn't quite there yet.
So what's interesting though, talk about having fun and trying different things, is that I did play baseball and I was pretty darn good at it, actually. So I was first baseman, and I remember, man, it was crazy because my mom's she's a rider, boy. She took looked out for her son or her baby boy. She was like looking out for him, boy, because so baseball, a lot of times everybody wants the bigger guy to play what position?
The catcher.
The catcher. Right? And I told my moms, I was like, this is when I was older, right? Probably like, I was playing in Saudi, so I was 4th grade. And everybody was like, oh yeah, no, we're gonna make him the catcher. We're gonna make him the catcher. I told mom, I was like, Mom, I don't want to play catcher. Like, because this is the other thing for me personally was that I never really wanted to. I didn't like that stereotype that the big, I didn't always want to play the roles or do the things that supposedly big guys do, or that everybody thinks big guys are supposed to, cater to or whatever. And so with baseball, I was like, man, I'm good at this. I'm good at catching the ball. I'm good at stretching. You know what I mean? I want to play first base. And people were like, I don't know. My mom went to the coach and was like, yo, my son wants to play first base. You need to make sure that happens. Give him an opportunity. Don't like put him into a certain category just because you think he's one thing. And I want you to give him a shot. Yo, lo and behold, man, I was first baseman. I was killing it, bro. From the stretch all the way out, you know what I'm saying? And being able to throw cats out, you know what I'm saying? Like from first to third base, and then also doing the double plays, catching it first, but throwing it to second base. And then, sometimes being in the midfield between the cutoff between outfield to the infield. Man, I was killing it. Able to throw the ball from the midfield to the catcher to throw people out. And it was fun, man, for me when I was younger. It was really fun. And my batting was really good. And in Saudi, it's hot. It's hot. Arizona's hot, but Saudi is hot. Mm-hmm. And that's the one thing I didn't like, is always playing in the sun. It was like, God dang, it's hot out here, boy. And but just through the years as I got older, I kept playing, but then I don't know, I just kind of lost the love for it a little bit and was like, I don't know if I want to do this any longer. So I stopped playing baseball. But with that being said, again, it was fun, and it was something different, something under my belt that I've done, I know how to do. So speaking of which, last week we went to a batting cage.
Oh yeah, how wasn't that?
Batting cage, and I ain't touched a bat in I don't know how long, and decided to get in the cage where the ball was coming at 55 miles per hour. Wait, that bad boy be coming. He be coming. I was like, I forgot how fast this is. So I went over to the slow pitch.
Okay. Yeah, at least you tried it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Went over the slow pitch and was killing it. I mean, I hit a couple balls, don't get me wrong, 55. But then they had one that was 75, and I was like, that ain't happening at all.
That's painful.
Yeah, not happening. So anyway, baseball was another thing that I tried that was fun. And yeah, did well at that for many years. So what's something else that you did that you think that was fun as you were coming up? Hey, I'm wondering, like when you were in the neighborhood with the neighbors, was there anything that you tried or did? I think
I got a lot. There's a lot of things we tried. A lot of things we did. Right?
So I don't want to hear about the stuff that I shouldn't.
No, not that stuff, man. We're talking about we had a little car wash company. You know what I'm saying? We went to wash. Okay, we tried to wash some people's cars. You know what I'm saying? We made like a cool $40 from that stuff.
All summer.
Yeah, and that was all our material costs. You know what I'm saying? So that's paid.
Y'all broke even.
Yeah, we broke even. We also used to do. Used to ride our bikes everywhere. Like there used to be a gang of us here in the neighborhood, and it was a lot of fun. We just ride our bikes and go to somebody's house for snacks or something for the families.
In the house, man. Y'all just ravish everything up in here. I was like, all right, listen, we got to go low budget. Okay, we getting chicken nuggets. Right? And y'all eat 4 nuggets.
yeah, literally. And that was that was fun for us. I mean, that was something that we just hang out, talk. Everybody had this phase in the neighborhood, which was awesome, where everybody was in the WWE. That was the whole thing.
That's what I was going to say. That was the other thing that you did that was fun. You really used to watch and I'll be like, you couldn't wait to get home on Fridays.
Friday Night SmackDowns, baby. The Undertaker, the Rey Mysterio, Batista. I wanted to see it. Friday Night SmackDown was our thing. This was before streaming services, so this was like cable.
Hey, remember? Hey, what do we used to do though before we come home? Because we didn't have streaming. Where do we go?
Oh, Hollywood Video. We used to go to Hollywood Video and Blockbuster. That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, and now we're telling our ages, man. Because it was. Remember, you had to go there and you had to look through all the boxes, or look at the boxes, and you looking to see if it was available.
Yeah. That was the whole thing. You had to go check with the clerk to be like, y'all, do y'all have this one? You know what I mean? And like, oh yeah, and you get the new releases on the board, and you're looking at them. Yeah. And but the fun part about that was you got to pick a candy for the night, so that was fun. But then that's really turned into like, forget Hollywood Video. We got to go watch SmackDown. Come on, we get a snack.
You were always, man, like, come on, oh, let's go. I was like, for what? SmackDown? Okay. You was always up watching that. And then I see you in the room with pillows.
This used to be, usually like you watch it in your room, or I don't know why. If you didn't have a TV in the living room for some reason.
Right. No.
But I was doing flips off the bed. That pillow got beat up. If that pillow was a person, it would be in the ICU because I was beating that pillow up.
Did you? I don't even know. Did you have a name? Did you give yourself a name?
Big Z. I was Big Z.
That was it? Okay. Big
Yeah.
Z. All right.
And
I should leave you alone. I was like, oh, this is his time. I'm gonna let him shine over there.
Hey, I respect that, man, because I hear some things from parents, like some of the homies be like, yeah, my dad shut me down. You know, my mom was like, nah, like you can't watch this. But for me, it was a whole production. And as soon as I got home, your room turned into my ring. I had your bathroom, you have a little archway to the bathroom, and then they have curtains to separate the bathroom from the living room. So that little archway made a perfect entrance. And I walk out the curtain, and I'm like, oh yeah. And then my opponent was the pillow, so that was so much fun.
Oh man, good times.
Tap into that imagination.
Did you ever switching gears? Did you ever? Wasn't it Jesus? Did y'all ride the quads?
Yeah. So the homie Jesus had quads, and then Isaiah also had quads.
Isaiah. Yeah.
Both of them had quads. So we used to do that. They used to go. This was a while ago before they had houses. They're thinking about building houses on that side.
Right.
There was little ramps or
bumps and stuff.
Yeah, and that was fun for a minute. I don't know. It was. I don't think I liked it per se. I think it was just something to do with the homies. I wouldn't know if I would do it by myself, riding the motos and all that. Like, it's cool, but it was kind of dangerous as well. I don't know. I wasn't very like adrenaline junkie. I know a lot of people are like that, but I was like, let me play it safe a little bit. Let me watch me go over this ramp. Let me 5 miles an hour. Yeah, here we go. You see it. So, I mean, that was fun though. That was fun, be able to get outside, hang out with the homies. But that's the other thing, outside. And one thing I'm noticing as I'm getting older, and this is probably because of you, is I don't like being outside when it's hot, or outside period. I'm not an outside type of guy. Like, how do you feel about hiking? Like, you know what I'm saying? We got to try new things, but like, how do you hike?
Well, I've done I don't mind doing it. It's not the thing that's first on my list. But I like it, not necessarily in Arizona, but like I used to do some hikes up in New Hampshire. And that was beautiful, man, because the weather doesn't get too hot. This was around I used to go sometime. What month was that? Like June?
Okay.
Mid-June. It's kind of a little coolish feel out there. And man, sometimes just finding some good trails and going. And what was really cool in New Hampshire, excuse me, was you sometimes do these trails and you find like these little lakes or bodies of water, man, and be just so surreal and beautiful, man. And so I definitely find that hiking can be cool. I know that I've done some stuff with one of my boys, Will LeBlanc, shout out. He loves hiking. I mean, he's a hiker. And I went with him one time, man, and we and so because I'm not a hiker, I didn't have appropriate shoe attire, shoe wear. So I was wearing my Timbs because they all weather and can do all things. Just for y'all on the East Coast, what up, Timbs? Timberland. And these were like the Bucks, and so I was wearing those because they can endure. So man, we started doing this hike out here in Arizona, going up this mountain, and I knew about switchbacks. So switchbacks are where, like, because the mountain's the mountain's so steep that you do switchbacks. So like there's a part that's straight or angled a little bit, and then it'll connect. And so it'll connect, diagonally, I guess. And so you're just kind of going up the hill like zigzagging.
So you're scaling it kind of almost.
Yeah, yeah. So you're scaling it, right? But it's really steep. I mean, it makes it a lot easier when you do it that way, as opposed to trying to go straight up it. You just kind of going back and forth, side to side, slowly but surely. And that I mean, that was fun, man. And I forget how hot it is in Arizona. Even when it was like 9 o'clock, it was freaking blistering. Heat, and I was like, oh, I did it. You know what I'm saying? Hang out with him, done it.
Right.
And it was fun. Definitely. And then, of course, we went to go get some, he's a foodie. So went out and grubbed out because he can eat.
Right.
But he loves hiking. So, I mean, so I don't mind it, you know, especially even over at La Paloma, up in that area where the mountains are and stuff like that. So, but
Tumamoc.
Yeah. See, that's not a hike, man. That's like a workout. Like Tumamoc, I done it many times through my years, but not often. So like once every 3 years or 5, I might be like, let's go do Tumamoc. And then I'm like, oh my God, why do people say this is fun?
There was a point in time when we were trying new things during the pandemic where we couldn't do much, but the one thing we did do was go on family walks, and that was something that was really fun for us. I think we enjoyed that. That was our time to get out of the house, right? And we couldn't go anywhere, but that was fun doing that, trying new things, because we didn't do that together as often as we thought we would, you know?
Yeah,
so.
But we made it happen, though. It was cool. We got to see some different parts of, you know, places near our house that we never of or saw, you know what I mean? So that was kind of cool.
Definitely.
The other thing, you know, speaking of fun and trying different things that people might want to look into also is, you know, my brother and I, man, we love some ping pong.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, man, yeah, my brother and I, so much so that, you know, we got headbands, you know what I'm saying, and headbands, right? Sweat headbands and sweat wristbands, and had paddles, man, and we just be going like, God, yo, just going at it for like times, just hours at a time, man. So that's always fun. So, you know, again, trying something like that.
You also were a big foosball guy for a while.
Yeah, foosball.
You were the foosball guy. I will say I was not good at foosball. I would always lose to him, and this was I did not take losing well at this time of my life. I was very frustrated and angry. I didn't take losing well at all, like in anything. So I was humbled, and I was like, you know what? I don't think foosball is for me. You know, I'm just gonna chalk it up and say, you know, my dad got it. You know, that's it.
Foosball is fun, man. Yeah, we used to play that in Saudi all the time.
I was just so confused, man, because your wrist strength is crazy. Like, you don't even, people do the spinnies. He don't need to do the spinny. It's just one, and it's like shooting out a rocket type of thing. And I'm like, no, what is it?
I love when it's the back of the goal, and it's like, you're like, yeah, point. That's a point.
So yeah, he was good at that. He's good at you gotta get intense with the ping pong. I chalked that one up to an L2 for me. But
so so another thing, trying something different, right, is my brother and I also like to shoot pool. My brother's a lot better at pool than I am, but shooting pool is another good thing that people should try out there. You know, go to a pool hall or billiards or whatever, and try that out. You know what I mean?
You try to teach me, but for me, man, listen, I barely passed geometry. Shout out my friend Nikki, man, Dominic for that. So when you think about pool, it's all about angles. It's all about, you know, thinking about the trajectory of the ball and how it's going to hit in the placement. And I ain't trying to think that much when I'm playing a game, you know? So I got you. I wasn't really that good. So I tried to a few times, but it's, you know, I'll go out to a couple, the homies want to go shoot pools. I'm like, we can try. They call it billiards. Billiards. So like, they go shoot some billiards, and I'm like, I'm cool, man. But I'll go support the homies and whatnot.
But we're wrong with that, right? So again, so trying something fun. You know what I'm saying? Doing something different. I think the other thing, what you got?
Oh, I was gonna say, I had a homie that does a rodeo. He's a roper, and I remember going to his crib, and he was teaching me how to rope and teaching me a little bit more about like the cattle and all that stuff. So that was interesting to me. Was I good at it? No, but it was something, part of that trying new things, right? That's something.
Was that Wyatt?
Yeah. He used to ride bulls, man, and that's what he was doing. And I would, try to tag along, see what was up. And his dad was really mad cool, man.
It was mad.
Yeah.
His dad is cool as a fan, bro.
Right. Yeah. So he let me go tag along. He would teach me things along the way. So that was interesting to learn more about that kind of culture and environment. And that's the thing about trying these new things is like these things have different cultures to them, right? Like different aspects. And when I say culture, not black, white, Mexican, I'm more thinking of like the culture of the environment that you're in, right? The what do they call it? Mannerisms and the etiquette and the etiquette. Yeah. So like sometimes it's nerve wracking. Like if you go to a billiards hall or a pool hall, right? And you're like, I don't. That's why I think that's why people get scared. For me, I'll speak for my thing. That's why I'm scared to try new things because I'm not sure of the etiquette and I'm not sure of the culture. So I'm like, am I doing this wrong? Should I be doing this? But the cool thing about some of these cultures and some of these environments is that they're welcoming. They're like, if you tell them that I'm new to this, they'll be like, oh man, just say that. We got you. This is what we do. This is how it's done. Da, da, da. Like, just stick with me. I got you. You find people like that. So don't be scared to try those new things because you don't know the etiquette and the rules. But you can also use Google. Google's your best friend at those kind of times. But ain't nothing like going in it and just trying to figure it out and having somebody to go with it along or just doing the solo dolo. Find out one person in that spot that can help you out.
That's another great way to make, new friends if you're in like new spaces or environments or you're transitioning. Cause I know like a lot of, graduation, this is graduation month, probably when this drops and, people are going to be transitioning from high school to maybe college or into, the working world. And, you may not have your same friends around or they're not going to be as available. So now you're going to have to try to figure out how to maybe do some new things. And to be honest with you all, those type of transitions happen throughout your life, no matter what, as you're getting older, or maybe you move to a new location. And so you're trying to figure out, okay, what can I do? Or how do I engage? Or how do I try something different? Because it may even be that like, you were in one location, doing a certain thing or activity, and it just wasn't really vibing for you well. So guess what? If you move to a new location or even in the location you're at now, you can always try something new and then meet some new people and meet some new friends. Because the other thing, talking about etiquette, which like frustrates me sometimes is bowling.
You're good at that though.
Well, yeah, I love bowling, right? Don't do it as much as I used to. I said, let me rephrase. I used to love bowling. That's all. I would do it all the time with Pop J.
Yeah.
Right, my pops. And I had my own ball when I was little. It had my name on it, and my dad got his ball, my mom got her ball, and my brother had his, and that's something that we would do as a family a lot when we were younger. And then my dad, of course, continued on and was a semi-pro, what do they call it, a senior bowler, semi-pro senior bowler. And anyway, but one of the things that frustrates me about people in bowling is that you're supposed to wait.
I knew this was going. I knew where this was going.
When you're going up to, to approach the line, the foul line, to throw your ball, and you're there first, right, on the lane, people to your right or to your left are supposed to wait until you go. Or if there's somebody to your right and they're about to approach, you let them go first. Not everybody's supposed to go at the same time.
And the reasoning behind that is what? The reasoning behind that?
Well, because you have your people in peripheral vision, right? And so when you're like approaching and you see somebody swinging something, it can take you off of your game and where you're trying to aim and what you're trying to do. And so that is part of the reason for that. And it's just a nice little rhythm and pattern that kind of gets going. And also if somebody messes up or throws too hard and it jumps into your lane or,
all that.
That's when people aren't really bowling. They're just playing around, which is okay. Go have fun. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But bowling's another one that people can try. Can get a little pricey. But I think, didn't you go bowling a couple of months ago, didn't y'all?
All the time. We used to, even thinking about like high school, like when you grew up in Arizona or specifically Tucson, small town, that's really all there is for youth to do that isn't going to cause that much trouble, right? So our senior year of high school, that was like every other Saturday we were at a bowling alley just bowling, you know what I mean? So that was, it was fun during that time. I think when I graduated high school, I was like, you know what? I think I'm good off the bowling for a couple years. And I recently just went with my coworkers, and also went with my girlfriend's family and whatnot, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun, and and you're right. I think one of the cool things about that experience, especially bowling, I think bowling really is in our family because of Pop J, right? And this is just shout out to Pop J, man, and a shout out to him, and a shout out to Jay, because my cousin Jay, what he does, because his birthday just passed a month, like a couple months ago or a month ago. He goes bowling every time he takes the day off, and Jay goes bowling for Pop J's birthday. So that's something that he does to remember him.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's his thing. That's his thing that he likes to do. So that's awesome. It's awesome to see that how something starts as somebody's fun. You know what I'm saying? And it turns into like a family tradition for the family and a remembrance. And it's cool. It's really cool.
That's mad cool. So I think one of the things, some other things that people might try. And again, if you got some different things to give suggestions to other people, is drop it in the chat. You know what I'm saying, in the comments, so other people can see. But what you got?
I was gonna say one of the biggest one that I've seen, and I want to try, and I'm gonna try, is pickleball.
Yeah, so your uncle's into that. Your uncle and aunt.
Yeah, that's one
battles and all that. So you gotta hit them up.
Yeah, definitely get into that. Want to tell them what you like, what things you've been doing lately that are
so to shake it up. You know, what I'm saying, as a a young man, you know, saying out here doing things. You know, what I'm saying, is karaoke is my main thing. So karaoke is the big thing for me. I go every Thursday, unless, business says that I cannot, or, like I said, my motto, play hard, working harder to fulfill the dream. And so, but yeah, I love going to karaoke, man. I'll do sometimes Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sometimes I'll just sing one or two songs and bounce, depending upon how long the line is, or the list or rotation. But I like that. I just like that. I'm an entertainer, man. You know what I'm saying? So I like just being able to make people feel good or feel whatever the song is. I do a lot of different type of genres. So that's one of my main things, and I try not to miss that whatsoever. That's kind of like my self-care, and being able to take care of myself. And so the other things that I've tried though is definitely like theater. I love musicals. Been in musicals through my year. I haven't done anything more recently through the last many years, but I love acting. At theater. That might be something I begin to look at as I'm looking for some new things to get back into. That might be one thing. The other thing is Legos, and I think you got into this, right? Have you been doing that? What's the latest thing you built?
Yeah, we got Thor's hammer. This has been the latest thing that I've built. We also are probably going to buy a Lamborghini set, a little car set. But it's funny because we started at around the same time.
Yeah. That's what
Lego set stuff.
I got a car, but I got to finish that one up. I was finishing it so quick, I stopped. I was like, I don't want it to be done. So I stopped. And it's almost finished. I think some of the other things is like just trying different environments. One of my bestest friends and closeness and all that is Nina. And she's always out doing something, and so like I'll connect with her and try different things as far as live bands or different events that I never would go to. And once your mom's done with her dissertation and stuff like that, we'll probably start incorporating her into those opportunities also. But it's so going to different events and going to country events. Country music. I'm cool with country, but I'm not a guy that wants to listen to that the whole night. No disrespect. But hey, going to an event where it's country thunder or something like that. I want to try that. I haven't done that, but I've been to like some country bars or trying different, just trying different things, man. Yeah. And so went to a musical a couple of what was it, a month or 2 months ago.
That's Legally Blonde, right? You saw?
Yeah. Legally Blonde. That was fun. So yeah, just trying different things, man. So I think that's what I want to really just share with people. So what's something more recent that you've done that's different and fun?
That's been fun for me lately, and people might think it's corny or whatever, but I think the gym has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's another good one. Yeah.
For myself, just you get caught up like and I love how you brought up the transition from graduation because it's gonna drop around graduation time. So that transition to like to a high schooler and you're an athlete and you look good and all this stuff. And then when you're not playing that sport anymore, you kind of go into this period of like, okay, I'm having fun and life goes on. And, 6 months or a year, 2 years later, you look down and you're like, oh, why am I having trouble seeing my feet right now? You got to lay off the pizza or something, right? But, that's something that I took for granted when I was 18 was just my health, right? Like now I'm not that much older, but it's like thinking about it, having more of my front is like, you know what, let me take care of my health now so I can, be kind to my future self later, and that gym has been a safe place for me. And I think a lot of people say that, but it's a place where I lock in and I don't got to think about much. I'm not thinking, sometimes I'm thinking about the podcast and promotion, but that's on the treadmill. But when I'm lifting, I'm really just thinking about, please don't die. Let's lift this weight up. Like just lift the weight up. That's the only thing that's on my mind is like, don't die, lift the weight. Just lift the weight up. So that's been fun for me. I'm slowly getting into golf. One of the things I've learned from a lot of people, a lot of people told me, just ease into it because it could be it's like it could be an insecurity if you just dive right into it and then you see you're not playing that well and you're like, oh, I don't want to play again. Right? So they tell me to take it easy, just start with like learning in the backyard, how to swing a golf club on YouTube. And if you want, and it's a little pricey, but I found some, if you want to get into golf, Facebook Marketplace is your best friend. You know what I'm saying?
For the
equipment and whatnot.
Stuff, yeah.
Yeah. But you can also find awesome deals for people. I mean, we're not sponsored by anybody, so I'm not going to share anything because they got to pay us to tell us about their spots.
Leave room for them to come in and sponsor. You know
what I'm saying? But that's the new things that I'm getting into, man. And I love how if you are somebody that's listening and watching. Definitely as you're transitioning maybe from 22 to like 25 and you're like, oh well, I don't feel like I can still party and live it up a little bit. What new things can I do?
Yep.
Hopefully we gave you some ideas. If you're transitioning from that high school to college age and you're like, I love partying, but I don't know if I want to go that hard. Let me try to find a group. Hopefully you find a group that's that you like to hang out with and that understands that and wants to be a part of that kind of culture and community. But I love this. Was fun. This was a lot of fun.
Well, one last thing that I'll say is that I've got into I got a PlayStation 4 because I wasn't ready to go PlayStation 5 and I'm playing like RPGs. But the one thing that I do want to share in closing is, like Z was saying, is making sure that you're doing something different and trying different things and get away from it. You are a gamer. Love it and you can make money off of that and have fun with it, but go make sure you're socializing with some other people in living color, not just behind the microphone or the in the headsets, because social connection is important, literally touching and seeing and high-fiving folks. And so hopefully some of these gave you some of these ideas or something that you might want to try and go laugh at yourself. You heard me and Z laughing about things that we've done that didn't work. And but hey, I'd probably do some of them again and give it a shot, except for football.
That's my brother. Nah. Right. Yeah, I don't want you to pick up football at all.
We could play catch. We could play catch. You know what I'm saying? But,
we can play catch. We can play baseball catch now. I can catch the ball now. I'm good. I got it. We can do that.
Hey, let's get out of here, man. Hey, thank y'all. Make sure to like us and all that good stuff.
Yeah. You know where to follow us at the Up To It Podcast everywhere. Facebook, Twitter. Not Twitter. Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok is where you can find us. You know what? We've been in talks and we want to hear from you. If you got this far into the podcast, we're thinking about starting a Reddit community. We don't know what to call it yet, but if you are somebody that is on Reddit, if that's something that you may be interested in, maybe a forum where you're an adult, or maybe we'll have an adult and a youth component where if you are an adult and you're going through some life struggles and you're like, somebody help me if I'm the only one going through this, and me and Pop can pop in and give our 2 cents, or somebody else in our community can give you what happened to them and what their advice would be.
Yes,
let us know if that's something you're interested in, man, because we don't want to be doing it just to do it. We want to make sure that it makes sense and giving you value. You know what I'm saying? So let us know in the comment section, or you can drop us an email. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get up out of here. You got anything else you want to add? What are you gonna say? Last thing.
I was gonna say, peace.
There we out of here.
Peace.